place and play a little Monopoly. What box is Sir Larry going to land on in Erie, Pennsylvania?
Jesus Christ. He's buying Anacott steel.
Okay. When the market opens tomorrow, I want you to buy 1,500 July 50 calls. You hear me?
1,500, yes, sir.
And start buying 1,000 share blocks and take up to $50. When it reaches 50, give out a little taste to your friends. Then I want you to call the Wall Street Chronicle, extension 1605. You tell the man Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott steel. You got that?
The Wall Street Chronicle.
All right, congratulations, buddy. You scored. Talk at you.
All right.
Start buying Anacott steel across the board. Use the offshore accounts. And keep it quiet.
Your wife's on break.
I will call her back. Yes, MSC sounds like it might be interesting.
Might be. Might be doesn't sell stock at the rate MSC is going for, Dr. Jacobs. We're talking very high volume here.
Oh, well, I still have to run it by my people.
That's great, Doc, if you want to miss yet another opportunity here and watch your colleagues get rich doing clinical trials, and don't buy a share and hang up the phone.
Well, hold on a second now. I didn't say that. I just want to talk about it some more.
Honestly, Doc, I don't have the time. This stock is blowing up right now. The whole firm's going nuts. Hold on, let me open up the door to my office. See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have 1 million calls to make to 1 million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do this.
Now, since you're a new account, I cannot go any higher than 2,000 shares. I'm sorry.
2,000? Are you nuts? That is way beyond what I was thinking. 2,000? Jesus. Listen, I'm curious. Why can't you sell me any more than that?
Well, we like to establish a relationship with our clients on something small before we get to the more serious trades. Let me show you several percentage points on this small trade, and then we'll talk about doing future business.
That sounds good. Give me the 2,000 shares.
Done.
You sure you can't do any better on this one?
I'm sorry, Dr. Jacobs. I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. We'll start with this trade then.
And she is so sweet.
company.
I actually don't know what else to. I don't know anything else about them other than that.
6 cents a share? Come on. Who buys this crap?
Well, I mean, honestly, mostly schmucks. Postmen, there's always postmen. Plumbers. They see our ads in the back of Hustler and Popular Mechanics, and our ads actually say they can get rich quick.
Hustler?
Yeah. You know the girly magazine?
Yeah. Nudie mag.
A lot.
Yeah.
We're helping them finance houses. We're helping them buy their wife a diamond ring, a boat, maybe.
Is this stuff regulated, or what are you doing here?
Sort of.
I'm currently working on a video in my membership that is talking about those pump and dumps. You see, pump and dumps have been going on since the dawn of time. If you want to see my portfolio, just fast forward to a portfolio that will be around long after these pump and dump scams are gone. But I'm working on a video right now in a membership that shows a cartoon. People never did their own due diligence. Membership will be in the pin top comment. He literally says in the video, well, he doesn't tell you he's being compensated, but I show people where to go because people never did their homework on these people. It shows people where to go, where he literally puts his Cash App in a Zelle, where these pump and dump companies pay him to talk about it to his 70,000 subscribers. And you get a lot of people, they are geniuses until they lose their money and you never hear from them again. Let me show you a modern example of a pump and dump. And then after this video, this guy gets scammed from pump and dumps. We'll get to my portfolio. You have to see this.
CBS News New York investigates so-called pump and dumps. It's a type of stock market scam that is emptying bank accounts all over the country. And data shows a 330% increase over the last year.
Who has been your president over the last year? He relaxed a lot of regulations. Gary Gensler hauled ass. People are desperate. Desperate people will do anything. It's only going to get worse. Pump and dump scams are going to go even higher. Look, I was contacted recently from Charles Schwab to help me get 40 and 70% returns. This is a scam. Most people are not smart enough to spot this stuff. That's why, so many people get scammed. But I don't feel bad for people anymore. No, I don't feel bad. They don't do their own due diligence. They don't look at who they're following. They don't research who they're following. They don't type in information. They don't Google stuff. They don't get to the bottom of it, and then they get scammed. I don't feel bad anymore.
Investigative reporter Tim McNicholas spoke with two traders who say it cost them tens of thousands.
That sound signals a new day of trading on the NASDAQ. But to this peak skill man,
I lost 74,000.
it now sounds more like an alarm bell.
I felt terrible, extremely depressed. I mean, aside from losing the money, you feel humiliated when you get run over like that.
It all started back in November when he discovered a social media account offering investment advice. He says that account invited him to a WhatsApp chat where an apparent financial guru called the Professor shared trading tips with dozens of people.
Life is about continuous learning and progress.
Is this the professor?
This is the professor speaking. Let's grab this chance and get one step closer to our goals in life.
At first, he says the advice worked and his account grew by tens of thousands. Then, in late January, the professor urged the group to buy big on a little-known foreign company called Mason Glory Limited, MSGY, on the NASDAQ. The value of the stock skyrocketed from all the new investments, only for it to crash the next day.
My $80,000 stake went down to $10,000. Actually, I've lost the least amount of money of all the people I know. Many people have lost well over $100,000 and $200,000.
It's a kind of fraud called a pump and dump. Scammers buy shares of a cheap stock, then convince others to buy big, pumping up the stock's value so the scammers can sell their shares for huge profits. From the NASDAQ to the New York Stock Exchange, the FBI tells CBS News New York complaints of pump and dumps jumped 330% over the last year.
More people are invested in the stock market than ever.
DJ Hennis is a managing director
More people are gambling in the stock market than ever.
with the accounting firm KPMG.
Sort of day trading with Robinhood, it's more popular to be involved in these things in short term. And then social media has allowed these messages to go out more quickly to more people.
Other people who invested in MSGY took to Reddit to share their stories. And a Long Island man tells CBS News New York he lost 96 grand to the ruse. He asked us not to reveal his name, as did this Peekskill man, because he says his family is still afraid of the scammers.
They're worried about physical intimidation and people.
Oh, don't worry. They're not coming back. They got your money. They're in Nigeria. They're in Austria. They're going to make videos buying Porsche GT3 RSs, dancing around. They're going to blow through the money, and they'll keep scamming, and it will go on and on and on.
Going out and getting revenge and so forth.
NASDAQ says there was so much volatility on that stock that morning that it triggered an automatic freeze, so the victims could not trade as the value plummeted. We reached out to Mason Glory Limited and did not hear back, but financial experts say the companies themselves often have nothing to do with the pump and dump schemes, Christine.
So, what about?
Bullshit. A lot of the companies are in on it. You want to know why? If your company's been dead for 5 years, 10 years, and all of a sudden they know when the price goes up, you know what they do? Do you know what they do? They join in on it and then they unload it too. Scammers are all in on it. I'm telling you, the only people who get scammed is the American public who thinks they're going to get rich. Okay? They think they're going to get rich. Now, let's go on to my portfolio and let's see my money because it's still there. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the portfolio. Now, before we even talk about the portfolio, we will have an idiot who already fast forward through everything. He's new, or they're new, and they'll go, you only have $1,466. They haven't watched any video from the past. Like, it's crazy how many people just hop in your comment section and go, you only have this amount of money. But why are you invested in that fund? You could have went in the index funds. They're new here. I mean, their brains aren't quite ripe yet. You got to give them a pass. They're stupid. This portfolio was started to show people that you don't even need the best index fund. You don't need to pick stocks. You just grab a mutual fund, even with fees, and you will outperform 99.9% of your gurus on social media. Why? Because when they buy something, they never talk about it again when it goes down. I was reading Chris Sain's comments. Chris Sain is getting barbecued over, I guess he recommended Lyft, and people are down like 70, 60%. And the dumbasses are like, but Coach said it is a long-term play. Coach? Okay. So do you see this portfolio down horribly? Is it down 10%? Is it down 20%? Is it down 30%? No, it's down not even 3%. Yesterday, money was invested on March 11th. I didn't even have my phone on me. We were riding around the island on electric scooters, chilling. My phone was back in the condo on charge. And my money came out of my checking account and went right into Fidelity and bought it. Look, since January 6th, I started this. And every week, I've been throwing in $100. And the reason why it says short is because after 1 year, it'll say long, meaning after you sell it, then you'll only be taxed on your long-term capital gains if it's in the green. But this is just to show you, I'm not even doing anything. This will outperform like 99.9% of your grifters. Over time, this portfolio will grow into 5, 10, 15, 20,000. As long as there's air in my lungs, as long as the stock market is around. So just imagine, I want to give you an idea. I've been invested in my 401k since 2005, since I've been a longshoreman, in the S&P 500. Just imagine how much is in my 401k at the age of 45. Now, in the beginning, when I first joined my 401k, it was in a target date fund. It was in some weird target date fund, and I probably would still have more money than 95% of people in America right now, just with a target date fund. It wasn't like a Vanguard 2060 fund. But then I realized, you know what? I don't need all those bonds at a young age, so I'm going to go more stock. Because the younger you are, in my opinion, you should have less bonds, because bonds are income and stability, but you also don't want to block yourself out from growth being young. When you get older, the older you get, the rule of thumb is have your percentage of bonds as your age. But it's also depending on your life. If you don't have any children, you're debt free, you have cash surplus, you got money in the bank, you don't really need bonds, and you don't need REITs either. Like, I don't know if people know that, but that's a tidbit from all the financial books that I've read. If your children are grown up, their college is done, you don't have any kids, you got a surplus of cash, your car payments you don't have any car payments, your mortgage is done, or if you just have a mortgage, you don't need any REITs. Why? Because you already have a house. You're already invested in real estate. You don't need bonds. Why? Because you don't care about volatility, because you have a surplus of cash. All right. So I switched from a target date fund to the S&P 500 and a tech fund back then. And I'm glad I did, because I caught every tech run up. I caught the 2008 housing crisis. I've caught every boom and bust since 2005. Education is key, ladies and gentlemen. So when you take a look at something like this portfolio, watch. This portfolio will outperform the influencers and grifters, because when they talk about stocks that go down, you will never hear it about it ever again. They won't mention it. This you'll see every week. You might see a message with the video, or you might just see the portfolio. But now it's time for me to stop recording and go enjoy life, because that's what the point of money is having, right? Isn't the point of money to enjoy your life? Yeah. Remember I said we won? Yeah, I meant that shit. We won. You're not going to see my face. We won. Time to go enjoy life. Okay, bye-bye then.